Schmidlap. When you're recording music, you could record in the background, just record the whole session, and you could make stuff out of it later. Pick little sections out that sound really good, develop them, and make songs. That's the name of the game. Develop them and make songs. You have to. You have to. I was trying to say something about music and it's the emotions you make out of it. You know. Now I don't want to. I don't want to play under any fucked up emotion. You know, like anger, like angry, or fucking butt hurt about shit. You don't want to get butt hurt over life's details. You'll be tempted to, of course. Of course, you will be. But you have to find a way to evade it. It doesn't make good building material. But think about what I'm saying to you. It doesn't make good building material. You don't want to see pieces of that in your music. You'll remember that. It'll draw you back to that memory of the raw trigger of the same emotion. You cultivate your emotions and you get better ones. Find things that inspire you. Find things that initiate the awe, the feeling of awe. You know about this? It can't be a low vibrational energy. It's up there. I'm not going to say it's the top, but it's a key place in the energetic vibrational scale. Awe. Awe. All right, going back to these are the numbers they have on it. I don't know what they correspond with because it doesn't really tell you. You know, they usually pick 700 for the top. I don't know exactly why it's 700. I don't know if there's any vibrational correspondence to this. I know that the hertz, the cycle per second, can correspond with this, but I'm not entirely sure if it does or if it doesn't because they don't say. And you can see shame at the bottom, enlightenment on the top, and the really good one that I saw was this one. Gives you your spiral up. As you can see all the emotions going on there. It seems to be in a line. And you got your spiral going down. You become bored, then you become pessimistic, and now you're fucking down here trying to kill yourself, cutting on yourself down here. That's not where we want you at. We need you up here with us. Come upstairs. So this is very complex, but if you notice, and you can notice it, because all you got to do is see what is, when you experience what you're feeling like real good. I mean, you got this feeling. You're feeling, you know, you're not like a drug addict, okay? You don't want to be a fucking complete jellyfish or nothing. You want to do the things and act in accordance with actions that will bring about the feelings. You don't have to just, you could meditate, I guess, and go up the scale. Just feeling and checking in with your body. You could find different areas, because if you have an area that's in pain, it might have that fucking 20 hertz shame. It might be low vibe. You can sort of map yourself out and cut that low vibe shit out. You can do it. All you got to do is segregate that motherfucker. Whenever you segregate it, you take it aside, talk to it, be like, look, you checking out, you know, you're out right now. You're not spreading this shit into the rest of my systems, homeboy. Put it aside. You can rebuild yourself like that. When you do that, then reinforce your positive qualities and activities, and then neutralize and cast out the things that are no longer good for you, or you've outgrown, or it's just petty. We still have intermittent pettiness as humans. Don't you fucking forget it. And don't think that just you yourself are somehow free of this. No, we all suffer in a little bit of this together. Because sometimes, hey, you might have left your key part of your equation behind, your mind. You may have left your mind behind. It may not be with you where you're at because of your circumstances and situations may only allow you to formulate your thinking mind at its top of its game with all your little fancy things that you have in your little dwelling, your little cave that you live in called your room, maybe your other area. You may not take them to fucking travel so easy. That's another consideration. Being the man about the town or about the worldly person, you have to simplify down so that you can move around with your abilities and you don't have to be in a special fucking fortress of solitude. All right? That's all I'm saying. Shit on my face because I've created something in that 600 energy that makes me remember that day. So I relive that experience of the bird shit falling right back on my face. So I would think that would be something you don't want to do. And although it doesn't seem like it matters much, it's probably not also a bad idea to be mindful of the nuance things that can create a re-experiencing lower vibrational thing for us. I hope that makes sense. Because it makes sense of kind of like being blissed out. Being blissed out. Bliss is a good one too. She can initiate bliss and keep the bliss running, and then bring it back down to normal human awareness. That would make a great song. But you're basically playing on the emotions that the frequencies conduct. It may not be one-to-one on what you're experiencing, but you can bet your ass it's pretty close. You can bet your ass it's pretty close. You could look up one of these charts that has the different emotions on it and the frequency range. It's quite fascinating because they get pretty close, and I don't know if you can standardize that or not, but you can get close. You can get close. And you can untangle a lot of mind weeds because if I asked you right now to put all the emotions on a table, write them all down, give me a certain number of them, I doubt very many people could do it. They might get some of the basic ones: angry, happy, sad. But after that, what are we calling these? We might not even be starting from a correct spot with the name of the emotion and then what your experiences of it are. It's not going to carry over to person the same. Like with colors, if I tell you green and I point at green, you can point at green too, because the green is a certain vibrational frequency that the light turns it into green with your brain. So we're reading the same frequency of light, so we're not going to confuse it. You're not going to see fucking orange and I'm going to see green. But if you haven't thought about those concepts, it won't make sense of what it means to confuse them. Get them muddled up. You don't want them muddled up. Fucking taint your fucking rock. Don't taint your rock. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't fucking do it. Rock's badass. Don't taint the rock. Don't do it. Bring the best of yourself. If you've got to cut out some bullshit, some crybaby stuff, cut it out. Give it a moment. Set it down. Put it in the corner. Make it stand in the corner. Give it demerits. Give it demerits. And then explain what the fuck those are. What the fuck is a demerit? It's the opposite of a merit. It's an anti-credit. Your credits are low. It's like your reputational points. You don't want to have a negative reputational point. The people won't know who you are, and they'll be feeling strange of you. Your personality doesn't have to play into it that much, but It can. It can. It can. You want to be the inert player, and then channel the entirety of your wisdom without your personality. Human personality doesn't mean your style. Doesn't mean those are great. They have flavor. They have a flavor. It's like these. They have these effects pedals and these different processor things, and they give you so many options that you can get lost, and it can fuck you up. You'll have too many options, too many things to go between, and it'll fuck you up. It'll mess you up, and then you may just have certain key effects that you may need to get your sound. That may be the best thing for you. You may not need too much. Very small variable. Music is incredible. It's incredible for what it can do for the world. And it's incredible, like these bubbles. You see them going? They're just fucking going, dude. They're just fucking bubbling their ass off. I don't even know this thing's stuck to my face. Commodork Schmidlap doesn't concern itself with those details. My staff sergeant puts my pipe in my mouth and initiates the bubble sequence. These bubbles are complex drugs that are contained in a gas that has a flavor of cotton candy. But you don't know that. You just think it's bubbles and it's some fucking joke. No. This is nitrous oxide plus some weird chemical that was designed in a lab, bound together, forming bubbles, going through my ass.